Do you think the Russian army can drive the Ukrainian army out of Kursk? In the past few days, in order to fulfill Putin's promise, the Russian army concentrated its forces in Kursk and launched a large-scale counterattack, which also made Kursk one of the focal points of the Russian-Ukrainian conflict. Next, we will follow the Russian army's lens and see how they carried out a large-scale counterattack. In the picture, the Russian commander is conducting a pre-war mission briefing with the assault team. They are analyzing the battlefield through the video sent back by drone reconnaissance. The Russian soldiers are fully armed, with goggles tied to their bulletproof helmets, looking very professional. Some friends may wonder why they need to wear goggles in the bright sun. Because in the next mission, the soldiers need to ride motorcycles to their destination. You are not mistaken. In more than 2 years of special military operations, the Russian soldiers who used to drive the steel torrent have become ghost fire boys charging on motorcycles. In the Russian camp, motorcycles even have an independent warehouse. Here, soldiers can perform simple maintenance and care on motorcycles, including changing the oil, tightening screws and other daily maintenance to ensure that they are ready for service at all times. After all preparations are completed, the soldiers will go to the battlefield in groups of 2 on motorcycles to carry out the raid. Below is a battlefield video shot by the Russian army. Although the clarity is not very good, it is the most realistic portrayal of the Russian army on the battlefield. According to the Russian military, as of October 11th, the Russian army had recaptured nearly 20 settlements in the region, including several strategic areas around the Glushkovsky district and Kursk Oblast. Several units of the Russian 106th Airborne Division, including the 56th, 137th and 119th Airborne Regiments, launched a counterattack against the Ukrainian army in the Glushkovsky district, that is, from west to east, gradually pushing the Ukrainian army from the Obukovka and Veseloy areas to the vicinity of Novod. However, the Ukrainian military reported that they partially recovered some lost ground as Russia stepped up its offensive. The Ukrainian army continued to fight with the Russian army in the Kursk salient. Lieutenant Kovalenko, director of the Anti-Disinformation Center of the National Security and Defense Council of Ukraine, said on October 12 that the Ukrainian army was adjusting its tactics and might retreat from unfavorable positions to a more favorable direction. In general, the two sides are engaged in a fierce battle in Kursk, and both are working hard to seize the initiative on the battlefield. However, both sides have stated that they have the upper hand. Whose information do you think is more credible? You are welcome to leave a message in the comment section. After nightfall, the Russian army did not stop the offensive and continued to shell the Ukrainian positions at night. At the shelling site, in addition to the common motorcycles, the soldiers also drove golf carts produced by a certain major country to the artillery positions. They quickly occupied advantageous positions with weapons in hand and pointed their guns at the dark sky to provide air defense support for the artillery. It can also be seen in the picture that the soldiers were equipped with drone jammers. It should be said that in this dark, even with night vision goggles, can a few light weapons really prevent drones? Under the protection of this team, the Russian rocket launcher was able to fire normally. At the same time, the Russian army also showed the use of tanks, howitzers, drones and other weapons to attack the Ukrainian army's positions. From these battlefield pictures, it can be seen that the fighting in Kursk Oblast is becoming more and more intense. The Russian army launched a comprehensive counterattack through motorized troops, rocket launchers, drones and other weapons, and the Ukrainian army also resisted tenaciously. Another picture shows that the Russian army also deployed the Tor air defense system to intercept the Ukrainian drone. This system was designed in 1975. Its electronic heart is a digital fire control system that can detect up to 48 targets and track 10 targets at the same time. However, according to the Oryx website, as of October 3, 2024, Russia has lost 60 different types of Tor systems in the war. The largest number is 30 sets of 9K332 Tor M2 version. In Kursk Oblast, the Russian army has also strengthened patrols on major traffic arteries. As you can see, the Russian army will carefully check every passing vehicle, not only civilian vehicles, but sometimes military vehicles as well, to avoid infiltration by the Ukrainian army. The above is all the content of this video. Who do you think is more fierce in the offensive between Russia and Ukraine? Will the situation in Kursk usher in a turning point? Welcome to speak freely in the comment area and share your insights. Thank you again for watching. If you like my channel, please like, forward and subscribe. The development of the channel is inseparable from your support.
कहीं चले जाने का मन करता है